Welcome to Shanie Sunshine Lounge, where we learn from those who are giving their heart to their craft and businesses. Today, I am not Shanie. This is Ronnie B. I'm filling in. Shanie was a little bit under the weather, and we had an awesome guest, an entertainer, Urica Rose, who will share a little about herself, her craft, and being in the entertainment business. While I'm not Shanie, and again, I'm Ronnie B. Urica is awesome. She puts her heart and soul in being a songwriter, composer, musician, and singer who chooses to go beyond stereotypical labels. If Janis Joplin was reincarnated with soul, they would call her Urica Rose. Urica, thank you for joining us in the lab.
Yes, thank you for having me. That was such an awesome introduction. I want to copy and paste it every time I walk in a room. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Hey, well-earned introduction. Well-earned.
Thank you.
Now, would you please share a little about yourself, what had you become an entertainer, and any changes you've had to make over the past few months to keep a smile on your face?
Well, I'm an alternative rock star. I do all genres, really. I don't like to keep myself in one box. I just like the fact of making music. And I feel like no matter what sound the music is bringing forth, I always bring my own mix and remix to anything. And the past couple months, I've been busy pushing, actually not even months. It hasn't been months. It feels like months, but it's been weeks of pushing my new single, Voodoo. And Voodoo is one of those tracks that I kind of played around with. And it has more of like a Caribbean feel to it. Even though I bring all of my ow and all my, growling stuff to my rock stuff to it. My background is, Jamaican. So I felt like, all right, I'm tapping into a little bit of my roots here, and it just has like a nice little groove to it. So I just got back from New York, doing a press run at some of the stations down there. Next month I'll be heading out to Cali. To do some stuff and do some shows. So things are looking good, even though COVID has slowed a lot down. It can't keep me down.
Hey, they say you can't keep a good woman down.
Right. Exactly. And COVID is not doing that right now.
Hey, when, I like what you said because, you're active, you're out there, and more and more people are appreciating that. Yeah. It never was easy.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're so much in the thick of things, it's like, well, this is just how things go. And you don't maybe not even appreciate for yourself that, you know what, this ain't easy. Yeah, it may be doing what you love. There's that adage that if you do what you love, then it's, somehow or another it's like easy. No.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like work. It sure does feel like work. It sure does. But I feel like the feeling and the gratification you get when you're accomplishing things and it's something that you love is different from just slaving to the rhythm every day doing something you don't enjoy doing. So I just feel like there's just a brighter side when you're doing what you love versus doing something you're completely miserable at.
Right. So there's the enjoyment, but even with the enjoyment, don't mean that it's easy because whatever your profession is, it takes practice and challenging you.
Yeah,
and that's never easy. The hardest thing may be, do I have to go to another darn rehearsal? And you love it, but do it, but it's like going to the gym to exercise. Today I want a donut.
There's days I'm get up. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this right now, but I got to. Because once you miss one day, it's over. It's a spiral downward slope from there.
Yeah, I think I read some article where you were working out this new exercise routine where you put the refrigerator outside the door.
No, but that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea. Like, who can wheel this thing out of here? This is the devil. But yeah, with COVID definitely came with its challenges. Me and that refrigerator.
Yeah. I know people who never worked from home, and now they're working from home, and they're like, I got to get out this house. I didn't gain, X number of pounds.
Yeah, and it'll make you stir crazy too.
I can order from my favorite pizza cook out, just too much.
Yep.
Okay,
yep.
now we have a couple of questions that we call lounge talk. Okay, and here's the first question. Okay, it's hard work. You have dealt with many challenges. You touch many hearts. What touches your heart? What makes it all worthwhile?
For me, with music, it would definitely be the part where I'm with a band and we're just jamming out. Because I feel like that's the most therapeutic part of this whole thing for me. The stuff that I didn't even know that I was maybe harboring or thinking about or feeling comes out in a lot of those jam sessions that, end up turning into songs. But it's just an awesome, awesome feeling. Just vibing out and jamming with the musicians. That's the best part, the creating part to me.
Any special moments that stand out?
There was a song that I wrote called Freedom from Dying. When there was like a lot of stuff on the news and regarding like the police brutality and stuff like that. So I did a rehearsal. After the rehearsal, I got to I seen something online, and then I was like, okay, play something on the guitar. And started playing something on the guitar, and I just started letting it rip, and it really just had me like, I was almost in tears, basically singing the song, because it was just so heartfelt, so emotional, and it was just like, damn, like, why is this like happening to us,
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, wow.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be present for myself because I could feel that for that minute second of you being in that moment, and that's just such a beautiful space that you move your own self to tears. And there's I know I think your grandparents are from Jamaica. And, I don't know if they have this terminology there because I'm from Arkansas, so I'm doing the best I can to speak English. But brother went to public school.
Oh my God.
So. But there's this term I used to hear my elders say, an old soul, and I get where they're coming from, like because it'd be like, wow, it's like you've been here before, but what I like to say is that an eternal spirit, and that's what I get present to what you just shared. That internal spirit that's in you, that it came forth. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And now.
Yeah, and then when the music definitely, especially with freestyle, it takes over me. Like sometimes my manager will say, like, you didn't even look like yourself when you were singing that. Like you just tapped into something. And I don't smoke or anything, but that's how I get high. I literally get high from music, and I just totally tap out. Zone out.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I have to go back later on and replicate. Like, oh my God, how did I do that? Okay, hold on.
Oh God, it's like I'll just say that I do what I do creatively, and when I'm a lot of it's around this and stuff like that, and there'll be that moment where I'm like creating something. And, you don't have because you're in that moment, you're not like writing it down, recording it or whatever. You're just there in it, And then you look up, you go, that's great. And you got nothing. You're like, what did I do? I could God. Well, we have another question coming up for you. Right after we get into the groove. Okay. And Urica, I can't think of a better way of getting into the groove than listening to Murder.
Okay.
DJ, you know what to do.
Easy, baby. Yeah, I'm sleeping on my rock drip, so I hopped on the track just to pop it and watch y'all brains go dumb, diddy-dum-dum, diddy-dum-dum. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. I'm a sweet chick, evil kitty. Mess around, I'll be a murderer. Hop on this beat, I will murder ya. Murderer. 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 I shot the sheriff. Murderer. 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 I shot the sheriff. Bop, bop. Hi, bop, bop. Hi, bop, bop. Hi, I shot the sheriff. Murderer. Murderer. I shot the sheriff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these fake booties just standing in a line. The bag, what's that? The butt fat and it's mine. I'ma pop this for real. Trigger one time. Murderer. 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 I shot the sheriff. Murderer. Murderer. I shot the sheriff. Bop, bop. Hi, bop, bop. Hi, bop, bop. I shot the sheriff. Murderer. Murderer. I shot the sheriff. I'm a savage. Go run and get your heart eaten by a bad chick. I don't need to show me where the bag is. Damn, this pussy dangerous. None of these haters can play with us. Dangerous. Danger. Chick with a hell of an attitude. Fine, think that I could beat him as a ragged-tooth. Best around and gouge out your eye. Don't you lie. You gon' go bye. Murder is the name that she wrote. Go around and lose the back of your throat. Got the shotty for your body. Ain't I know Illuminati, but I know karate and I know crazy. I shot the sheriff. I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer. Like who shot? Yeah, I shot. I shot the sheriff. I'm a murderer.
All right. And you know what I like about that song is that you got the sheriff, but baby, I got the deputy.
Oh my God.
I got your back, baby. I got the deputy. We cool.
He got it covered.
All right. Well, I put it like this: as long as I don't have to sing it,
Right.
Hey, I'm staying in my lane. I got you. Okay. All right. It's a little more it's time for a little more lounge talk. And, one of the things that happens when Shanie is not on set at the lounge, for some reason, the bar gets locked up. And I'm going to have to discuss that with her. Why the bar get locked up when you ain't around, But I guess, Okay. Are you ready for the next question, my dear? Okay,
yes, I am.
Let's see. Okay. Now, I have learned my attitude impacts the type of results I get in life. Now, I have seen people with good intentions with an attitude that hurts their efforts. Please share, 2 or 3 attitudes that you have seen that stifle a person's success, when it comes to the entertainment business or maybe just life in general.
I think most situations, people have to practice going in with a positive outlook or positive attitude. I believe highly in that. Even if you feel like a situation is not going to be great, once you say it out loud, it's almost like you're writing it in stone that it's not going to be great or your day's not going to go great. You know what I mean? You stub your toe that morning. Now you're like, oh my God, this day is starting off so terrible. Then guess what it's going to finish like? Certain things you just can't say out loud. You're like, you know what? That just upset me, but the rest of the day is going to be great. And, you'll forget that you stubbed your toe earlier that morning. And, even in the industry, I know that people's attitudes, yes, work ethic is a lot too. But attitudes play a big part. In anything that you do, like any job that I have been on, even outside of music, one thing I always get complimented on is my attitude. Because I always come with a positive outlook, even if the customer was cursing me out. It never really changed my demeanor towards the customer. Now, when the customer left, I might have been cussing and slamming some things around. But they would never know that that's how they were affecting me, because sometimes people just want to know that they affected you. They're having a bad day and they like to transfer that energy onto someone else, and it kind of makes them feel a little better. I've even had to cut people out of my life that are like that, because I don't want their negative energy or their negative karma, even being around me. Because some people walk around with this dark cloud, this woe is me. And it's very draining for somebody when you're trying to push through life and be positive. Like, life is hard, yes. But then when you have someone around you that's constantly reminding you how hard their life is, it's like, okay, but you're living and breathing. It's really not that bad. And you constantly have to keep saying that to them. It's very draining. So I believe in protecting my peace. And if that person is not going to bring me peace, then there's literally no purpose for you to be in my life. Time here is short. God forbid, you could be gone tomorrow. And then you're going to look back on all of the stuff that you complained about, you moaned about, and say, hey, that was actually nothing. I could have actually been enjoying the flowers that were around me that day versus complaining about the fact that, my cell phone died, whatever. So I'm definitely very big on outlook and positivity and karma. I definitely look heavy into that stuff.
I love what you said. And what I appreciated is that it came from a place of humility. And people are, sometimes people think of humility as like being weak or something.
No.
And it's actually a place of strength. And, I just want to acknowledge that you acknowledge that, hey, look, I've had work that didn't have anything to do with the entertainment business, where just as a one person, like some other person, to pay my bills, do my expenses. And in that role, because how they say it's that how you treat people wherever you're at and whatever you do is not, now I'm going to reserve my good behavior and good attitude once I make it. We're working on those I guess some people would call them values throughout your life. So, you've been working on those values, And that's what allows you, like you said, hey, I stubbed my toe and I don't curse the day, you know?
Yeah, exactly. The whole day is done. Right.
Ouch. I just go, ouch.
Exactly.
Ouch.
And keep it moving.
And then go on.
Let me not stub my toe again. Let me be cautious and careful. Yeah. Seriously.
Oh,
seriously. But it's true.
So
it is true.
Oh yeah. What was the toughest lesson you have had to learn in your career or life in general?
I'm not really sure if I have a lot of tough lessons. I know that this is not really good to say, but I don't like to listen a lot of times. But I guess in my favor, it's pushed me to want to open up different avenues for myself and other people coming behind me. Because I know one of the toughest challenges I've had making music is the fact that I'm a Black girl doing alternative rock. And the main question I get is like, well, why do you want to do rock? Yeah. So it's like, why wouldn't I want to do rock? It's music. Like, you know, I don't think music has a color, you know, so why am I being questioned about the kind of musical choice that I have? You know what I mean? So I feel like that's been the toughest thing, but my personality, I feel, and I'm a Taurus, so I'm very bullheaded. So if a person tells me, oh, you can't do that, you can't do it, I'm like, all right, well, sit back and watch me because I'm going to do it. In life, there has been hard lessons from that potentially. But I feel like it's definitely made me stronger as an individual, but it plays a very big part of me being Urica Rose as well. Cause I just push forward like, all right, you don't like it, somebody else will, I'm going to keep doing it because this is what feels right to me. And so that's my thing.
Got it. You know, sometimes the toughest lesson can be being responsible for who you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
you know, once you're responsible for who you are, then what others say, do, you know, fall to the wayside.
Right.
You know, you stop making them wrong for, you know, we do coaching and training as part of the Old Grumpy Radio Network through our Prosperous Divas. And one of the things one of their trainings, they say, it's not, people think that everyone should get them or understand them. And people have no duty to understand or get you. That does not mean they don't love you. You know, they may love you to the end of the earth, but it is not their duty or job to understand. So be thankful they love you.
And that's another thing too.
You'd be in trouble.
Exactly. And that's another thing too. People don't understand. Sometimes you have to identify that person is having an issue. Like it's like road rage. I don't really have road rage. I may say my one little two things in the car to myself. But I don't, you know, pull up beside the person and yelling and whatever. Because I'm like, first of all, that person can have mental issues. They didn't take their medicine today, you know, or maybe they could be driving crazy because they're driving to the hospital because they're dying in their vehicle. Sometimes you just have to step outside of yourself and try to understand where somebody else is coming from, whether they're speaking to you directly or not. Like, you know what? That person's having a bad day. I don't know what they could have just lost their mom. They could really be going through something. So I have to identify that the problem right now is their problem. It's not my problem. I can't take on that.
Yeah. And you have that freedom because you're responsible for who you are. And
that is correct.
Yeah, you're responsible. I work with a lot of ladies, a lot of really, really great ladies. And I have to be responsible that I'm a man. You have to be responsible for that. Now, now one of those things is I say things up front. That way I don't get in trouble. If I'm gonna get in trouble, I'm gonna get in trouble right. And that way, okay, that's that. You know, like baby, okay, I got it, but hey, now that that's out the way, what kind of work can we get done? You know,
exactly.
And because it's all about, but that doesn't mean that everybody's going to get that, even if I do that. So, I have to put in things to be responsible. And wow. But awesome. Well, I don't know what Shanie would say at this moment. Oh, Shanie would say, okay.
I hope she's listening. This. Like, what would Shanie say? What would I say?
Well, let's see. What was the hardest choice you've had to make regarding your career?
There was a point when I kind of first found my sound, and I was offered someone to walk me in and give me a deal because they liked my voice, but they didn't get my sound. So they said, hey, if you sing over this whole album that we already have all the samples to and stuff, because the girl, I guess, maybe she got pregnant or something like that. They said, if you can sing this over this whole album, I'll walk you in and get you a deal with an actual label. This is what this person does for a living. They walk in and get people deals. And I said, I'm not going to sell out this early in it. I just found my sound I'm comfortable in, and I don't want to sing R&B. No offense to anybody that sings it and loves it, but that's not my passion. And I'm like, no, I'm not selling out. So that doesn't feel like Urica Rose to me. That doesn't feel like my purpose to me. Because once you're put in that R&B hole, even if I get signs, they're probably never going to let me come out with the sound I want. And if I even do get a chance, if everybody loves me for R&B, then they're going to think that I'm a gimmick trying to do rock music, the thing I actually love. So I had to, it was hard, but I had to turn down that opportunity.
Yeah, it's interesting. I had the pleasure of interviewing Urica Thank, and she was sharing how there was that moment where the guys with the shiny shoes who could make the deals, like they can. Like it isn't like, well, maybe they talk. No, these are the ones who can make the deal. And she said she just had to look and go, well, what do I really want to do? And this is a lot of money on the line. And she got clear that it was not about the money or the quote fame, glory, all of that. It was about her music. And and people cannot imagine that. That blows their minds that you would choose a deal that can be made that people are scrapping, fighting, doing all of that to get, that you'd say, no, that's crazy. That some would say, no, you're lying. That you're lying. Because that opportunity, because one, that's what they would do. Yeah. But see, what they don't get is that what has you be great is not that you will do what everyone else does, that you will do what others won't do. And exactly. You'll do it willingly for what you love to. So, really, really powerful place to stand. And standing in that powerful place, I think Shanie would say, she'd say, thank you for sharing your wisdom. And Urica, I think we're in the mood to hear another track from your album. Are you in the mood for us having another track to be played?
Yes, I am.
Would it be all right with you, Madame, if we break out a little white noise?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, white noise.
Flow Productions. If this should be the day that I die, Bury me in Versace, put on my shades, don't watch me. Business face like Rocky, girl, don't try to copy. Won't you try to stop me? 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 Bring on the white noise. I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Feed me fashion, don't feed me fame. Baby, isn't it all the same? Don't you wanna come play my game? Come on, to say my name. To the beat of a fearless drum. Don't you hear me when I come? Don't you hear me when I come? Don't you hear me when I come? Pose flash for the camera. Pose flash for the camera. Pose flash for the camera. Pose flash. Pose flash for the camera. Pose flash for the camera. Pose flash for the camera. Bring on the white noise. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Yeah, I'm so into fashion, it's exciting me. The runway, yeah, it lives inside of me. Hold on. Okay, now I'm ready. Wait, does my butt look fat? Okay, now I'm really ready. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Pose flash, camera, pose flash, camera, pose flash, pose flash, pose flash for the camera, pose flash for the camera, pose flash, pose flash. Right. That was actually like the first or second song that I ever did that was like close to the sound that I actually wanted. It took me a long time to get to that point because I didn't play any instruments, just started writing. So it was cool to finally be able to start singing the type of stuff that I like.
All right. Well, we hope that everyone enjoyed White Noise and that little snippet from the past.
Yes.
Now, wow. Well, it's been great having you on the show. And
same. Great being here.
Yeah. Now, if you had a magic wand and you could have one beautiful thing happen, what would that be?
At this point, is the world to go back to normal, whatever normal was. Whatever normal was, make it go back. Make it go back. It's too much going on. There's way too much going on. That's pretty much it. That'll be something that'll probably help everybody out. You're welcome, guys. Words.
Oh, God. Okay. Now, how can our listeners learn more about you? And what do you have on your plate, my dear?
So they can listen to me on all major platforms. That's URICA Rose, Urica Rose. You can also go to metalhazeent.com. So that's metal, as in like the material, and then haze, HAZEENT.com. And they can also view like when I'm going to be doing shows and get out and about. So all that information will be on there.
Okay, great. Now, folks, stay tuned at the end of the show. We're going to feature Urica's latest single, Voodoo. You do that. Now, she already put a spell on me.
Oh my gosh.
You might as well check out Voodoo and get a spell put on you.
I spread the love. Spread the love.
All right. Well, once again, I want to thank you for being our guest here at Shanie Sunshine Lounge. It was really, really great.
Same. It's such a pleasure being here. Hopefully next time Shanie will be in and her and I can chop it up with you. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. We'll make that happen. Well, I'm Ronnie B. This is Shanie Sunshine Lounge, where the stars come to play.
Motion.
the breakup. Too many wasted years, no more wasted tears, standing here on my own too. They say I gave up. Nah, I gave you love that you didn't appreciate. You took it for granted like my love was a waste, sealing your fate because I no longer walk down lonely street. Hell, it took a while, but truth, you was never truly for me. Finally seeing clearly as your well runs dry. Walking away with no tears in sight, gained insight, I still pray for you at night. You lost your hold. I've moved on, learning again how to live life, love right. Breaking up is hard to do, but I got it. Retaining knowledge of how to do it right, leaving it all behind. I'm in recovery. Our history soon to be a distant memory. A shattered piece of my past, one not meant to last. It's sad. You'll feel the repercussions like an aftershock. Nope. It wasn't my fault, but I'll take the blame. Just to refrain from doing this again, I refuse to be bitter in the end. I am amazing, and you didn't get to damage me. You were lucky to have me, but no more. You feeling dehydrated and I'm feeling liberated, giving you up even the score. My heart don't hurt anymore. It's no longer sore. The breakup, tough love, like lost and found, like rain coming down to cleanse and restore. You wish I was standing at the door, but you don't get to hear my footsteps in the dark anymore. No more dreaming of you. Yeah, the truth that I've been through because of you, and now I'm through because of you. You don't get to keep me down, and you don't get to keep me around. You missed it. My worth. I still see how you failed to recognize that I am a warrior among these thieves, and I felt you trying to bleed me weak. But you don't understand that I am destined to do great things. I happily stepped on your throne. I used it as a stepping stone, refusing to look back. This part of my past, I happily place in this big black trash bag, ready for pickup. I'm chunking you deuces, 'cause this is the breakup.